Hi everyone, this is Taylor from BYU Idaho CSE340, explaining just a couple of data concepts getting started with this week. My teacher is Brother Robertson and this is week 3. So I will explain 3 things here: table, field, and a record. The explanation of what those 3 things do and how they can help us in our class. What is a database, first of all? A database is a system that allows everyone to share, manage, or use data. First, you need to know a couple things or to understand a couple things here. When building a database, first, a lot of people are usually using databases all over in business or building databases, as in this example for this class. So you have to find a way for them to be easily input or extract data. Databases also present high risk, or because of people can steal or overwrite important information. So security permissions and setting up those permissions need to be taken into consideration when setting up a database. You also need to be careful not to lose any data. The system may go down or hard drive can fail, and the database needs a mechanism to recover from those failures. If you manage important files or folders, you'll soon, or hopefully very soon, realize what you need to do or why a database is important. These are just a couple of reasons. You have multiple files that contain the same information. You have multiple files about the same topic, but with different information, making it difficult to understand which file has the correct and updated information. Every time you want to change some information, or you have to update multiple files, taking a lot of time and potential making a lot of mistakes to lead to the 2 previous problems which I just went over. What is a table? Okay, this is not really relevant, but I just thought it was kind of funny. This is not the table in the sense that what we're talking about. So what is a database table consist of? A database consists of 1 or more tables. Each table is made up of rows and columns. So here you can see the rows all the way across and the columns, 1, 2, 3 columns, 3 by 3, pretty simple understanding. If you think of a table as a grid, the column can go from left to right. The grid and each empty data is listed as a row. Each row in a relational is uniquely identified by a primary key. This can be 1 or more set of columns values. In most scenarios, it is 1 single column, such as an employee ID. Every relational database or table has a primary key. Its purpose is to uniquely identify each row in a database. No 2 rows can have the same primary key value. The practical result of this is that you can select every single row by just knowing the primary key. Let me go into a little detail. What is a relational database? Again, a relational database is a database that uses a structure that allows us to identify and access data in relation to another piece of data in a database. Data in a relational database is organized into tables, like you saw the 3 by 3. Table record, field, row, and column are all things that go into a table. A table is a set of data, elements of values. A piece of data in a file is called a record. Each item in a record is called a field. Here we'll go over that just shortly in my examples. Here you'll see we have 5 different columns, also known as fields, and then we have these 5 rows, not including the headers, or also known as the key field name or the top name, and each one has its own value. You don't want to have duplicates. You want them all to be individual so they can be primary keys to be able to find those records later. Each record or row, as you can see across the whole thing, reading left from right, is a row. Records start from usually a primary key. Here in this case, it's agent code. And the column category, it's going to be name. So each one has its own primary key. You don't really want to have duplicates unless they're probably names or zip codes. Even then, I would make sure they're defined easily so you can find them later, or you could have even then a unique key that you could use as telephone, cell phone, different types of unique identifiers to be able to identify a specific person. But again, this is just an overview of what a row, which is from left to right, will consist of in each field or each column of each of that row. So example B would be Sarah Doe, 17 March 1975, and then her cell phone and telephone number listed here. That is a full row from left to right. The column is from left to right, from top to bottom. Name, surname, day, month, year, telephone, cell phone, and etc. Please let me know if you have any questions, but that is my overview of this week. Thanks so much.